chosen one. Yes, you. The one reading these words with a heart that's been heavy, a mind full of questions, and a soul that's been waiting. This is not a coincidence. This is not just another message floating on a screen. Heaven has paused. For you. God has halted eternity for just long enough to whisper something sacred into your spirit. You were led here by divine orchestration. Not by chance. Not by accident. For 2 full hours, heaven's armies stood still. The roar of angelic hosts faded into silence. The stars dimmed. And the eternal realm focused on one soul, yours. God is not far. He is here. Right now. Speaking. Watching. Waiting. This is your appointment with the Holy. This is your moment of unveiling. Have you felt it lately? That unsettling stirring in your spirit? Like something inside you is waking up from a long sleep? Like a whisper that refuses to be silenced? It's not restlessness. It's not confusion. It's your spirit remembering who you are. God has been nudging you. Through strange dreams. Through divine numbers that keep repeating. Through sudden silence in relationships. Through doors that closed even when you begged them to stay open. It wasn't rejection. It was redirection. Heaven is realigning you. The discomfort you're feeling? It's divine contraction. You are about to birth destiny. You've cried in silence. Smiled in public but broke behind closed doors. You encouraged others while privately begging God to send you just one word of hope. And here it is. God says, I saw it. Every tear. Every moment you questioned your worth. Every silent scream you buried in your pillow. And I was not absent. I was watching, working, preparing the shift. The pain you carried did not go unnoticed. The losses you've endured are not wasted. Heaven has counted every heartbreak, and now, the tally has reached heaven's threshold. A release has been authorized. You are not like the others. You've always felt it, that strange separation. You tried to fit in, but you never truly belonged. Why? Because you were chosen to stand out. There is oil on your life. Heaven has branded you for impact. That's why you've battled so much opposition. It wasn't punishment, it was proof. Satan doesn't attack empty vessels. He attacks destiny carriers. You are one. God has placed a divine spotlight over your life, not to show off, but to shine truth in dark places. Your steps have been ordered since before your first breath. You were not born to merely exist. You were born to shift generations. Let this settle in your spirit. God paused time for 2 hours, for you. He interrupted eternity to deliver a personal word to your heart. And what does he say? You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are in divine process. I have hidden you to protect you. I have delayed to develop you. I have allowed isolation to become your incubation. You were not rejected, you were rescued. You were not overlooked, you were hidden for a time such as this. Something has shifted. Even as you read this, something is changing in the unseen realm. Angels are moving. Files in heaven are being opened. Your name has been whispered by God Himself. Your enemies will not understand this shift. Some friends will distance themselves. But do not fear. What God is about to do in your life is too big to explain. This miracle is unfolding in silence before the world sees the manifestation. The alignment has begun. What you prayed for in secret, God will reward in the open. Before we close this first part, God wants your agreement. He's been waiting for your yes. Not the surface yes, but the surrendered one. The one that says, Lord, I trust you with what I don't yet understand. Even if it hurts, I trust your plan. Even if it delays, I trust your timing. Even if it costs me everything, I will still follow. Say it. Speak it. Heaven is listening. Chosen one. Now that you've been awakened, you must understand the why behind the silence. Why the isolation, why the delay, why did God pull you away from the very places you thought would birth your breakthrough because He had to hide you? Not to punish you, but to preserve you. This wasn't abandonment. It was protection. Let's go deeper. You were hidden like Moses in the reeds. You were tucked away like David in the caves. You were buried like Joseph in the prison, not because God forgot you, but because He was covering what hell tried to find and destroy. What the enemy cannot destroy, he tries to distract. But God intercepted. He pulled you out of dangerous alignments. He silenced relationships that were sugar-coated traps. He blocked opportunities that were laced with sabotage. You felt rejected. But heaven was discerning for you. There's a divine blueprint over your life that requires quiet shaping. Not everything that grows does so in public. Some of the most powerful things develop in darkness. Seeds grow in soil. Babies form in the womb. And divine destiny takes root in silence. God didn't want your elevation to come from public applause. He wanted it to be the fruit of private surrender. This hidden season has sharpened your discernment. Your ears have been trained to hear Him in the stillness. Your heart has been softened through tears. You've learned how to stand when no one was clapping, and that is what qualified you for what comes next. Don't believe the lie that you were walking through fire alone. You were surrounded by heavenly protection. Even when you couldn't feel it, there were angels assigned to your every step. Psalm 91 verse 11 says, "For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." That sickness you thought would destroy you, He healed it quietly. That accident that nearly happened, He stopped it silently. That betrayal that should have broken you, He turned it into fuel for your elevation. You survived things others didn't because you are marked. You are God's investment. And heaven doesn't lose what it paid a high price for. Hear this clearly, the wilderness was never meant to be your permanent address. It was preparation ground. A sacred training space. God was teaching you how to fight, not with fists, but with faith. He was stripping away the idols, the noise, the counterfeit support systems. So that when He lifts you, only He gets the glory. He removed the scaffolding because you were never meant to lean on others, you were meant to lean into Him. Deuteronomy 8 verse 2 declares, "Remember how the Lord your God led you all the way in the wilderness, to humble and test you in order to know what was in your heart." He knows now. You passed the test. Chosen one, listen closely. Someone is about to be divinely assigned to your life. A destiny connector. A voice of confirmation. A gatekeeper with the authority to unlock your next level. This person may come in a quiet moment. You'll feel an unexplainable peace around them. You won't have to perform or impress, because they'll recognize your spirit. They've been prepared too. They've walked their own wilderness. And now heaven is merging your paths. This isn't romance. This is alignment. And from that alignment will flow everything God promised: favor, acceleration, and fulfillment. God is not vague. He is precise. Within 72 hours, you'll begin to see signs that this message was heaven's confirmation. For some, it will be an unexpected phone call, a dream that delivers specific instruction, a financial breakthrough that comes with no strings, a stranger saying something only God could have told them. Watch closely. Write it down. Heaven moves intentionally. You are not being replaced. You are being revealed. For too long, your voice was silenced. Your brilliance hidden. Your presence overlooked. But now, God is pulling back the curtain. And what He reveals in you will cause some to celebrate, and others to scatter. But do not fear. You're not rising to be liked. You're rising to lead. You were not created to blend in. You were chosen to shift atmospheres. Chosen one. If you're reading this, you've already stepped into divine territory. The atmosphere around you has begun to shift. The veil between the seen and the unseen is thinning. What was once locked away by ancestral pain, generational chains, and delayed timing, is now being unsealed. There is an inheritance with your name on it, not just financial, but spiritual. Not just spiritual, but eternal. You were not only chosen to survive, you were called to redeem a bloodline, to restore what was lost, and to receive what others forfeited. Let me ask you something, beloved, have you ever felt like you were carrying burdens that weren't yours? Fighting wars you didn't start? Shedding tears for sins you didn't commit? That's because your soul was selected to break a curse that's been silently echoing through generations. But now, God is saying, enough. The vault is opening. The inheritance is being transferred. Psalm 31 verse 19 declares, "Oh, how abundant is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you." The word stored means it was kept, protected, preserved, until the one with the divine code showed up. And that one is you. The reason your life has felt like a constant battlefield is because you are the breaker. The chosen disruptor. The one heaven trusts with restoration. You weren't born into ease. You were born into assignment. You were born into warfare with weapons heaven forged in advance. You carry a purity that the enemy tried to contaminate. You walk with a frequency that darkness tried to muffle. But the enemy failed. You're still here. You're still breathing. And you are now stepping into recovery season. This is not recovery like the world gives, this is heavenly restitution. There is a whisper in heaven, and it is your name. Your name has been mentioned before the throne. And as soon as it was spoken, angels were dispatched. You may not have heard it in the natural. But in the spirit realm, your name has become a decree. The book of Isaiah 45 verse 3 promises, "I will give you hidden treasures, riches stored in secret places, so that you may know that I am the Lord." These hidden treasures are about to be revealed, not discovered. Why? Because this isn't about effort, it's about divine alignment. Your prayers unlocked a sequence. Your tears watered a field. Your faith broke open time itself. And now, the inheritance finds you. Chosen one, prepare. But know this. It may not arrive how you imagined. The financial breakthrough may come through a person you once overlooked. The healing may come in your sleep. The opportunity may come dressed as inconvenience. The relationship may come when you stop searching. God is creative, not chaotic. He is precise, not predictable. And what He's about to release will feel so sudden, but it's been orchestrated since the foundation of time. You'll look back and say, "So that's why it didn't work before, that's why I had to wait, that's why they left." Everything is about to make sense. Now lean in closely. This part is holy. God is placing your name in the mouths of decision-makers. People you've never met, conversations you're not privy to, rooms your feet haven't walked into yet, but your name is there. Not because you forced it. Not because you chased it. But because heaven sponsored it. You thought your gift was being ignored. But it was being reserved. God has allowed obscurity so He could prepare your divine unveiling. Luke 12 verse 2 says, "There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known." Pay attention in the next few days. You may experience vivid dreams, random urges to journal, songs repeating in your spirit, quiet instructions whispered in silence. Don't ignore them. These are downloads. Codes. Keys. Write them down. Obey even when they don't make sense. The alignment is obedience activated. Chosen one, before every divine elevation, there is always a spiritual confrontation. If you felt intense pressure lately, if your mind has been clouded with confusion, doubt, and spiritual fatigue, you're not being punished. You are being fought over. The enemy has seen the scrolls. He's overheard heaven whispering your name. He's seen the angels prepare the package of your destiny, and he's doing everything in his limited power to delay its delivery. But the enemy is late. He is too late. Because Michael has been released. The book of Daniel tells us that when Daniel prayed, his answer was dispatched immediately, but a spiritual prince of Persia blocked the angel's path for 21 days. And so what did God do then? Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. Daniel 10 verse 13, Michael is not sent unless the battle is strategic, high stakes, and heaven-altering. That's the kind of battle surrounding your life right now. The warfare over you is not proof of your weakness, it is confirmation of your heavenly weight. Michael doesn't fight over the ordinary. Michael is sent when destiny is on the line. Don't be surprised if things suddenly feel off. People from your past reappear with unfinished drama. Financial burdens seem to intensify. Opportunities slip through your fingers at the last minute. You feel too tired to even pray. These are not coincidences. They are coordinated distractions. The enemy doesn't need to destroy you if he can just delay you. But God is saying, enough. The warfare ends when I speak. I have loosed Michael. You may not see him with your physical eyes, but the impact of his presence will be felt. Sudden peace where there was confusion, favor where there was resistance, unexpected cancellations of the enemy's plans, dreams of battles being won while you rest. Exodus 14 verse 14 declares, the Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. That doesn't mean do nothing. It means stand in faith. Worship instead of worry. Speak life instead of fear. Declare victory instead of defeat. While you praise, Michael wars. While you rest, heaven works. God is not only sending one angel. He is releasing a legion. Their mission? To clear the airways, protect the promise, and carry the answer to your door. You may begin to notice sudden insight or downloads of wisdom, increased spiritual sensitivity, seeing repeating numbers or names, doors opening with no human explanation. Do not dismiss these signs. They are divine confirmations. Isaiah 43 verse 19 promises, see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up, do you not perceive it? That new thing isn't just coming, it's already in motion. Chosen one, in this hour, do not engage the enemy directly. Instead, raise your worship. Your praise confuses the enemy. Your faith destabilizes his lies. Your stillness forces him into panic. Because when you refuse to fear, when you stand tall in your spirit and declare, I believe God, the enemy loses his grip on your situation. Let Psalm 91 be your anthem. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. You are not uncovered. You are not unprotected. Heaven is actively involved, right now. This moment is sacred. The sword of the Archangel has been drawn on your behalf. Whatever was chasing you, will now flee. Whatever was blocking you, will now bow. Whatever was confusing you, will now be silenced. Because when God speaks, Michael acts. The winds will shift. The resistance will weaken. The way will be made clear. What you're feeling is not the end, it's the final tension before divine fulfillment. Heaven is not late. The delay was not denial. It was warfare, and now the war is being won. Chosen one, do you hear
This
it?
is your hour of redemption,
That sound
your
in the
moment
spirit.
of rescue, your
It
chapter
is not
of glory.
just the wind shifting.
You don't need to force it.
It is not just chains breaking.
You need only to believe it.
It is the door unlocking. This is the hour heaven releases what has been held back, what has been held up, and what has been hidden. The name on the scroll is yours. The favor in the cloud is assigned to you. And the breakthrough approaching is not random, it is retribution. Every seed you've sown in tears, every time you stayed when others fled, every prayer that left your lips when you had no strength to stand, heaven counted it. And now the delivery angel has been dispatched. And what hell feared is now inevitable. Be alert, chosen one. Because the answer will not come in the wrapping you expect. It may not be loud, grand, or dramatic. It might be quiet, even humble, like Jesus born in a manger. But don't miss the magnitude because of the packaging. Because what looks small will carry immense power. A text message will be the start of restoration. A knock on your door will be the beginning of deliverance. A dream in the night will bring a strategy. A sudden peace in your chest will confirm the miracle has arrived. Isaiah 60 verse 22 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." And chosen one, the time is right. Your life is no longer in waiting. It is in activation. You are not watching revival, you are becoming it. Your breakthrough is not just for you. It is a sign for those around you that God is still moving. Your transformation will spark awakening in your bloodline. Your blessing will break generational curses. Your obedience will rewrite histories. You are a living altar. A walking fulfillment. A divine prophecy in motion. And the glory that touches earth through your life will echo through families, cities, and generations. The heavenly realm is not just watching. It is securing. As your breakthrough descends, angels are forming a barrier of light around you. No interception. No last-minute sabotage. No spiritual theft. Michael has not left. He remains, sword still drawn, until the full transfer is complete. Psalm 23 verse 5 declares, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." They'll watch. But they can't touch what's been anointed. Let this be spoken in the courts of heaven, the delay is over. The release has begun. The chosen one has endured. And now, they will inherit. You are no longer in a waiting room. You are in the delivery room of your destiny. God didn't pause for 2 hours because he needed time. He paused because he needed you present, awake, and prepared. And now, you are. This is not the end of your story. This is the launch. You must now walk in the fullness of what has arrived. Speak boldly, move courageously, believe relentlessly, love deeply, give freely, lead spiritually. This is your moment to shine, not for attention, but for assignment. You are God's chosen. His instrument. His miracle on display. Before you leave this message, let this activation prayer rise from your spirit. Father, I receive the breakthrough you sent. I believe you paused time to align me with your will. I surrender my fear, my doubt, and my delay. I walk forward in boldness, covered in your glory, filled with your spirit, and marked by your divine calling. Use me now. In Jesus' name, amen. You made it to the end for a reason. Because this wasn't just a video. It wasn't just a message. It was your divine announcement. You are chosen. You are protected. You are provided for. You are rising. And from this day forward, you will never be the same again.